We're back. So I put in some time and I leveled up my housing to level 5. With Blizzard giving us an extra 50 points, I added this area to the right here. Just a little pool, some more trees, more shrubs to kind of balance it out. I think it's a nice view. I haven't hopped on to the floating house yet. I'm going to join that bandwagon at some point. I just haven't figured out what I would want to do. But here is, at level 5, you get the large square room. And this is the large square room with a vaulted ceiling. And that gives you a little bit of extra height. Otherwise, it is very low for being as wide as it is. It's just a big, low square. This helps it a bit. If it were double height, this room would be absolutely amazing. Maybe in the future, Blizzard will give those options. Anyway, first thing you see when you come in, it's really been designed to lead your eye towards the back of the room. But first you have this chandelier that is a gazebo, flipped upside down, dyed a couple shades of white and gray, and with candles placed around it. So it creates a really nice effect when you first enter the house. And again, because the room's so big, I created these little planters to kind of tie everything together without specifically parceling it out to make a bunch of little rooms when I could have just attached rooms instead of using this one. So this is a bit of a challenge to use this space, and it's time consuming. So straight ahead is a view of the backyard. So what I did is I screenshotted what the area behind the house looks like, and I tried to recreate it somewhat faithfully. Some liberties just to mask corners as much as I could. It's a lot of rugs. This whole room, it's a small square room, is 250, 260 points of housing budget. It's just a ton of rugs. In the front, they're dyed a brighter shade of green than they are in the back to help kind of emphasize that depth of field effect. And this is Dusk Lily Purple to kind of mimic the kind of misty, foggy, gray sky around plot 41 where this house is. The other thing I did was create this garden trellis indoor effect. And I have these purple lanterns that give off a nice glow, and I think it sets off the whole vibe nicely. This is the formal dining, nicely set up, little bit of wine. This is the dining table commandeered to play Hearthstone. I saw a number of posts on Reddit where people were doing this with the Hearthstone mats, and I absolutely love the idea, so I decided I had to do that as well. I did throw in the hero portraits as cards, and I think it adds a little something. It makes it a little more fun, and I think this is a pretty cute little spot. Off we go to the library. There's a little library nook. I love this glass table. If you look underneath, you can see the rose is floating there, and you can see it through the table. You can do all sorts of fun stuff with this. I had made little tiny rooms where you look through this and have stuff going on behind it. It's one of the best see-through effects in the game. And then this chair has a bunch of dyed cushions on it to kind of give it a Chesterfield effect. Off we go to the kitchen. Here's a kitchen, got some cabinets, nothing behind them, they're just doors. This kiln is my oven, and this Pandarin table, I believe, is a stovetop. It makes for a pretty convincing stovetop. And then this alchemy tool is a teapot for me. So that is working out nicely. Here's just a shrunken down building material that is now a cutting board. So if you need a cutting board, there you go. Off we go to this area. We have giant double doors going into the bedroom. And here's the bedroom, 4-post bed with curtains, a little dressing area, and an armoire with doors that open up. And I did this for 2 reasons, and I'll show you the other reason in just a moment. This is the bathroom. So you come in, nice little cozy bathroom with flowers everywhere. There's our dwarven chair made into toilet with a teardrop cobblestone and fence posts as hinges and handles. And then this is the Pandarin something. I can't remember what it is, but I shrunk it down to make a toilet paper roll holder. And lastly, this is a secret, but I have used the fence post trick to block running through. You can see the post right here. I hadn't closed it for my previous walkthrough, but this is what you would see, and this is one of the reasons I have the armoire, is so that it blocks the hovering of that. In any case, you come up into the rogue poison and assassination book area. We have our stolen jewels, of course. We have our poison manufacturing area, research, some R&D over here, a little grow op, another poison vat. Now we come on down. I'll make sure I close it this time. And then we jump over, exit the bathroom. Running across the massive house, this is the office and client area. So here's the little office space with various artifacts, lots of places for clients to sit, make them all nice and luxe. And this is a little washroom, just in case they've eaten something. What kind of host would I be if I didn't offer some food and drink, right? And then just around this corner is a closet. It is slightly masked, slightly obvious, but if you come through, you have a banner and a curtain, kind of obfuscate this entrance, and then you have your first little secret area over here, which brings you to the gym and training facility. So there's the bench press, used I think a Draenic fence post, and then some. This is a table, and this is a cogwheel, and then some dumbbells, mirror, Assassin's Creed symbol. There's the mailbag serving as a punching bag until dummies get implemented, and then this is fake. And then this is the real secret area. Have some boxes, have a little wash basin. Go right up. And just to throw people off. Maybe they're like, oh, this guy's a Death Knight. Who knows? Forge of the Guardian. And once again, this is from previous demonstrations where you jump through the wall. The sconce kind of marks where you should jump. So you jump through here and you land on this little overhang where you can see the facility. And you jump across onto the awning, and now instead of a full platform, just made a strip here. So you run along the ledge, and over here, the built-in ledge just gives you a place to run on. This is just sticking out, so ignore that. And you come down into the armory. So the armory used to be split into two. It was an armory and then a memorial. I've kind of combined them into one space. So we have our armory, lots of trees and shrubs all over the place in here, and the memorial section. And then rather than having a dedicated war room, now we have the war table overlooking the armory. I think it's a nice place for it. Kind of adding some density to this space. And lastly, the last secret, and you can see it just here. That is where you should aim for to jump. You jump over, and then you can see this structure here, and you turn around, and you jump into the corner, and you take the ramp up. And you end up into the final secret, extra secret spot, the Rogue Forge and Treasury. We have all of our chests, we have another little poison center, another library, the Priest Voidwell with the uncrowned banners, weapon racks that will have weapons when that is introduced, another book there, and then the Assassin Forge. And that is the full tour of the new house, the new estate. A little bit more well appointed, a little bit upscale from before. The other one felt a little more homey, and this one feels a little bit more luxe. Let me bring up my UI so you can see where we're at. So, large square room. Yep, there it is. It is gigantic. And then on this side is a stairwell room, empty. This is a square room, small. Here you can see all these fun rugs. Stairwell room, empty here. And then I attached the other one on the second floor. So it actually goes up to 3 floors, just to have secret within a secret, within a secret, within a secret. So there's 4 tiers of hidden areas over here, and over here there's just 1. I really wanted to consolidate, and rather than have a million spaces, this way it's a little bit more manageable. This took quite a while, almost 2 days to get decorated, and you can see my budget. Not bad. I still have about 100 left, so I'll probably go through and make some tiny touches here and there. But otherwise, that's the new Rogue Estate version 2. Thanks for watching.